Hello, and welcome to the No Nonsense channel, where our mental health is today's mental wealth. I would like to say thank you to all my subscribers and thank you to all my new subscribers. And if you haven't done so yet, please do so. Thank you. If you're new to my channel, my name is Melissa Swearigan. I am a cosmetologist, a notary signing agent. I have a mobile boutique called Envy Strands Boutique. I recently started making body butters for women and also beard and balm butters for men. I am a one-time author. My book is called The Transaction Invasions of the Soul Snatchers, which is available on Amazon in paperback or either ebook. If you're interested in my book, just click the link below and it will take you right on over there. And I am also a narcissist abuse survivor, which I just found out about this psychological disorder back in 2019. And ever since then, I have been doing extensive research to try to figure it out and to try to come forth and help others understand this psychological disorder. Today I will be speaking about two terms. One is called the gaslighting and the other one is called projection. I would like to apologize for reading so much off of my paper badge. You can see I be busy, so I don't really have time to try to memorize everything because I be having a lot of information. So please forgive me. Thank you. Gaslighting is used to make someone question their own reality. That's when a person can effectively put forth a false narrative that leads another person or either a group of people to become disoriented or distressed, causing them to doubt their own perception. It is an unfortunate reality that happens in our personal relationships and even in the political arena. Most public figures gaslights the people that they serve all the time by telling false truths or covering up lies. But if you are vulnerable to the manipulation, it can cause other mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress, poor self-esteem, and even codependency. Psychologists use this term gaslighting to refer to a specific type of emotional manipulation used to control the way you perceive things. And this tends to mess with the memory, which can become a serious problem over time. Gaslighting is often difficult to identify because it is insidious. Its insidious nature. Insidious means proceeding in a gradual, subtle way, but with harmful effects. Dr. Robert Stern, PhD, the Associate Director of Yale Center of Emotional Intelligence, says, the danger of letting go of your own reality is pretty extreme. And at first they start with small offenses, but the problem starts when more or less insignificant instances of you questioning your own judgment or reality from the deliberate intent of someone else. Some examples of gaslighting would be they would tell you, I'm the best you ever had, or saying that you're just insecure, no one else will love you like me, you're just too sensitive, I never even said that, or why are you making such a big deal out of things? You end up in a cycle of not being able to negotiate your daily life in a way where you can clear-minded, can focus, and can make sound decisions for your sense of well-being. Stern also says the gaslighter doesn't necessarily need to be acting with malicious intent, nor does the gaslighter necessarily need to realize that he or she is gaslighting another person in order for it to be happening. Sometimes it comes from how they were raised. Maybe their parents had a very cut and dry beliefs. That is certainly how they view and see the world today also. And when someone sees things differently, you assume there's something wrong with them. But some signs that you have been gaslighted is when you no longer feel like the person you once used to be, you become more anxious and less confident than what you used to be. You wonder if you're too sensitive. You feel everything that you do is wrong, or you always feeling like it's your fault that things are wrong. And you often find yourself apologizing for things that you didn't do. They tell you blankly lies to your face. They deny they ever said something when you clearly have proof, and that's when you start to question your reality. They use what is near and dear to you as their ammunition. They attack the very foundation of your being. They wear you down over time. This is where the insidious part come in because it gradually happens over time. Their actions does not match their words. They throw in positive reinforcement to confuse you. This person or entity that's telling you that you're worth nothing. Because they know that confusion weakens people. The goal is to uproot you from your stability or your normalcy. They project onto you. They try to align people against you. They tell others you're crazy, and they even tell others that you're a liar when in fact it's them. Experts consider narcissistic projection as a primitive defense strategy. The use of this distorts the reality and ignores the facts of the situation. This allows the person to function and feed their ego despite the reality of the situation not aligning with the false narrative. So projecting is them externalizing it and placing it where it's necessarily easy for them to deal with. When an individual unconsciously taking their unwanted emotions or traits that they do not like about themselves and attribute to someone else. A common example is when a cheating spouse suspects that their partner is unfaithful. But when a narcissistic projection is used by adults, it just shows a lack of maturity and poor emotional development, because this is a defense tactic that most children often use. Individuals who project onto others have low self-esteem and can be sensitive about certain issues. For example, a heroin addict blames it on their spouse who urges them to stop and go to rehab. When an individual projects a belief onto their partner, the projection is validated when the significant other accepts that idea. An abuser can gain control of the relationship when the projection is only accepted by the other, which can make your self-esteem drop to a level zero, ground level zero. A lot of times, the partner or victim self-sacrifice themselves in order to avoid conflict. But ways that a person can project onto others is calling you names, making assumptions, accusing, mimicking and exaggerating, project their own views of themselves onto you, playing the victim, and even turning the tables. But ways that you can defend yourself is by saying things like, okay, that's your opinion. Or you could even say, I don't see it that way. Or I would not take responsibility for that. Because when you are to try to prove your point, it only adds fuel to the fire. By them projecting things onto you that you know for a fact is not accurate, they are basically telling you about themselves, their fears, their insecurities, and also their intentions. They call you what they are. They accuse you of what they do or what they're planning on doing. They will throw all the uncomfortable feelings onto you that they don't want to deal with themselves, like their shame and even their low self-esteem. But anybody could do this without realizing it, though. But in a narcissistic case, they do it because they're unable to see these things inside of themselves, so they project it out onto others. Due to the lack of responsibility and accountability, projection is a combination of misdirection and blame shifting. They both distract you and divert you off of your path. But if you could just pay attention and learn to read them instead of taking what they say personally, you will see how their projections will help you to further see who they really are. Projection and gaslighting are two major tactics used in emotional abuse. Some signs are stonewalling, emotional withholding, twisting, irrational and intense rage, and trivializing your accomplishments. Mockery, belittling your goals, ignoring your accomplishments, and finding ways to sabotage you. Ways to cope with it is don't identify with it, because then it will become your projection identification. Don't even project your own good qualities onto anyone else also. That's what codependents, which I once was, and empaths, which I am, and people pleasers do. Know yourself. Be assertive in your sense of self when you're able to recognize that's not you. That will help see you through. So today I have discussed two of the manipulative emotional abuse tactics that narcissists often use, which is gaslighting and making you question your reality, and projection, which is projecting the way that they truly feel about themselves onto you. So be aware of and know the signs. And if that's you in this case, please reach out to a psychologist and get the help that you needed so you can live a better, fulfilling life where you can actually be happy and not pretend and project onto others. Thank you for joining my channel. And if I said anything that have enlightened you or anything that enlightened for you to tell someone else, please do. Please share, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, and have a blessed day.